Now, lately, there's been a ton of hype from the usual sources for this game called Splatoon. Now, a lot of me is thinking maybe this is just because it's a Nintendo game, and maybe this is finally the first time Nintendo only gamers will be able to experience a shooter-like game from modern Nintendo. And no, Rare and Factor 5 don't count, they were second parties. But at the same time, there's also been a lot of stuff that's made me look at this game and wonder, why is this getting so much hype again? From the art style that looks like just a pure mess. I mean, there's something off about this game every time I take a look at the gameplay of it. To the fact that, of all the things they could have chose for the main character, they had to choose underage girls. I mean, if you accidentally search Splatoon on Google Images, you might end up with a visit from Chris Hansen asking you to have a seat. I mean, you wouldn't want that, right? Because here's the thing. They chose the characters, you just take a look at them and there's something wrong with them. I mean, you can see it from miles away. There's just something that'll make you look at these and wonder, what were they thinking? But here's another thing that rubs me the wrong way. Despite the Wii U being, quote, a next-gen system, I mean, keep in mind, this is supposed to be on the level of the Xbox One and the PS4, especially with that whole E3 2011 reel where everybody was talking about how amazing the Wii U was going to be. Of course, we all know how that turned out. Splatoon runs at only 720p. That's right, the game runs at only 720p. The game does not run at 1080p, despite having simplistic graphics that probably could have been pulled off on the Xbox One at 1080p, considering how the Xbox One can pull off Halo 3 and 4 at 1080p, and those games still look better than Splatoon ever did. This game only runs at 720p on a, quote, next-gen system. And if you want proof, just go to the screenshots, right-click them, and click Properties, and then you can see that the images are, in fact, 720p. They're not 1080p, they're not 900p, they're not 792p, they're 720p. And of course, here's the thing. If this was a game running at 1080p, wouldn't you expect the developer to show it off? I mean, The Witcher 3, the developer released a screenshot of it running in 4K on the PC. But yet here you have Splatoon running at 720p, yet another Wii U game running at 720p, but here's what gets even worse. Some of the screenshots look to have no anti-aliasing. Now, I couldn't tell if in some of the other ones it was anti-aliased or fuzzed down because I still saw jaggies, but it looked like there might have been more image compression. But if the game lacks anti-aliasing, that'll be yet another Wii U game to lack anti-aliasing and run at 720p.